Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. I'm the creator of the Divi Table of Contents Maker plugin, the first and only table of contents for Divi. And I'm excited to announce an update already for this plugin. So we have a couple new features that I want to show you. Let's take a look. So I think what I will do is actually go over to the demo and just work with you there and show you the new features. So the first one I have listed here, automatically collapse when sticky. So this setting can be adjusted for desktop, tablet, or phone, and basically it will automatically close when you have the module set to stick to top on scroll, for example. Okay, so here in my demo, notice that it's sticking to the top, right? So I'll just go in here to the settings and enable this collapse when sticky. It's a new setting. I'll just leave it for all devices at this point, just to show you the test. All right, so here we are on the demo site. So when I start scrolling now, notice that it closes. So this would be really handy if you were on a mobile device and you know, obviously you don't want it to be open while you're on mobile. It's going to take up the whole phone. Or if you wanted it even maybe across the top here instead of, I have it in the sidebar. So it's not, you wouldn't really use it in the sidebar like that, but you get the idea if it was at the top. So that's that setting where it's, you know, collapsing automatically. Now the other one, which is collapsing to just the icon, you can see it here in the little GIF. And so it's pretty basic, collapsing to the icon. So right here in the settings, collapse to icon only. And again, this has a responsive setting. You may want this maybe in the sidebar. You kind of want to have this cool thing going on in the sidebar, or maybe you want to really save a lot of space on mobile and you know you don't want it to take up any extra space at all. You could use that setting. All right, next is highlight active link. So there were some customers who had this, see how that one's blue? They had this table of contents at the top, here I'm pointing at the screen, but at the top of the content, right? And what, it wasn't fixed, it was scrolling with them. But you know, notice that the first one is highlighted and they were like, you know, why is this blue? And I was like, oh, that's because it's highlighting that link. But they're like, well, but the whole thing's scrolling. I don't need highlighting, you know, because now when we scroll, it's very cool that I can see which one I'm at, right? You know, when you click especially. But if you don't have it fixed and you come and land on the page, it doesn't really make sense. So over here in the settings, go down to the content settings and right here, highlight active link. It will be off by default from now on to avoid that confusion. So if you want this and you're watching this, remember to turn this on. So it will be off by default. Now I'll show to you with it off because I had it on here for this demo. All right, you can see it's just not doing it. All right. So next is the scroll speed. So when we first released version 1.0, we found out that if someone had like 30 or 100 different links, you know, headings in their table of contents, and if you clicked one and it had to scroll all the way to the bottom, it would take like 10 seconds. And so what we've done, we wanted it to remain a smooth scroll, right? Because we don't want it to just go click, you know, it's like instant. I like that smooth scroll for a table of contents. And so this setting that we've added, you can see here, is set to 2 seconds by default, but it's like the maximum, right? So it's going to take up to 2 seconds maximum, depending on the scroll, you know, look how far it has to scroll down. So like, let's say, I don't know how far this is if I click here. So if you count, it's like, you know, 1, 2, it's like, it is 2 seconds. So even if this was like twice as long or 10 times longer, it would still take a maximum of 2 seconds because that's where it's set at. Now the other thing, see, we learn a lot of things from our customers, but one of the first things someone pointing out is like, hey, if I have too many links in here, well then this table is just going to get really long, and I think someone had a laptop or something. And so what we've done is we've set, as you can already, you know, probably already noticed, this scroll bar appears and there's this max height of this area, okay? So like I said, if you set the max height, then the scroll bar appears. Let me just show you that. So in the design tab, in the content, so right here, you can see the 400 max height. You can adjust that however you want. And here is the scroll bar color. and the scroll bar width. All right, so you can certainly play around with that and make it nice according to your own branding as with everything else. The last thing here is more of the bigger one, and that is the keyword highlight. You can highlight anything on a blog sometimes by, depending on your browser, by hitting like Control F, right? And you could come up here and type in something, and it's going to do that kind of thing, okay? But you know, a lot of people don't know to use that, or it's just kind of, you know, it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't think of it. So what we've added is this new one here, show keyword highlight. Now, when I turn that on, you can see already there's this like search field added. So what it is, it's a field that acts exactly like what I just showed you, the browser search field, and it's going to highlight any keyword in your text. So watch what happens here when I say Divi. Well, just like that, I can see all of all of the words in here, all of the ones that match. So, you know, everywhere it's Divi, I'm seeing this yellow. And here's the cool thing about it, you know, if you didn't want this styling, this is just the default styling. Now, you know, with us, we're going to go all out when we do something. So over here, we have a new toggle, keyword highlight. Open that up. And look at this. So here's the keyword highlight color. That's the text color. Let's just make it blue just to show you what I'm talking about. We could make the actual background orange. Now we're talking about like this actual field. So we can say the field text color is a certain color in here. Focus border color, focus background color. Like when you type, right? Do you want there to be a certain color when you're typing? That kind of thing. And field margin padding, you know, the border radius, all this good stuff is here. And yeah, you get the idea, I think. All right. And there you can see some of the changes that we made. I need to make my text lighter color, but you get the idea. See, that's orange and blue. It's hard to actually see it, but that's why you need a contrasting color. But you get the idea. We added lots of settings. All right, I'm just showing you all the settings there. So this is what I've been showing you. This page is the live demo. So if you click on that, you'll be able to see it. Our live demo works as like, if you haven't noticed, as like documentation and demo all in one. So first of all, I'm going to reset this whole thing to default just to prove even that that's how we have it. The default, literally the way it comes when you install the plugin is the way you see it in the demo. And then you can go from there and everything is customizable. All right, that is everything for this update, version 1.1. I felt like it was kind of an exciting little update. You know, I wasn't even planning some of these things and they just came up and I was like, okay. And be sure to let me know if you find features that you see, even just browsing the web, you see interesting features related to a table of contents or something that's missing. Definitely let us know. We are all in for that. Like, we love hearing from you. We want to keep updating this plugin like all of our other plugins. We love doing updates, improving the value that we have. So please let us know. And if you enjoy this update, definitely give me a thumbs up and comment below. That'd be awesome. All right, we'll see you all in the next video.